You know, and when I was a kid, there was a lady neighbor. I just remember. Probably that's
Why
why I
can
don't
you-
like. But like, she was always doing like this. "Ruti sladkaya." This is crazy.
Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. My name is Striker.
My name is Luba.
And we are the co-founders of Heart Rocket, which is a company that we set up to help you guys meet ladies over in Ukraine and Belarus if we, if they sort out some issues. But this topic today is about what is realistic when it comes to dating ladies over in Ukraine. Now, we're going to be talking about using matchmakers or matchmaking services, because if you're doing it on your own, then it's a little bit difficult to say, because you're sort of going to be using things like Tinder or meeting ladies other ways through on the street, pickup, sort of stuff like that. So that it really isn't really relevant to what we're talking about in this video here. But what we can talk about in this video is from our experience when it comes to the guys on tour, because Luba gets to see them firsthand, right? And you're also the one organising the dates as well. So why don't we I guess discuss a little bit about what happens to the guys when they start dating these dates over several days. What are they like at the start of the tour, and what are they like halfway through and towards the end, and how many dates are they having, and some experiences like that.
So basically what's happening is that maybe I put myself in the position that, it's really like I always put a very high standards for myself, like in life, and like for the job as well, for Striker even higher, and like for the tours as well. So that's why I created like the idea of like 15 dates, even though it's really, to be honest, it's a little bit too much. And even though like we have a guy who is engaged now, but he had 17 dates in summer. So everybody's different, and of course, like for the guys who haven't been dating for a long time, it's a little bit overwhelming. So at the beginning they're very excited, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, oh my god, I'm so excited, like 3 dates a day. And then like they're getting a little bit more tired, then a little bit like even like lost, because they're become like some ladies that they already like and they want to stay in touch with, but Mama Luba's not allow them. I mean, of course I do allow, but I said like we need to keep meeting these other ladies,
not to focus
just on that lady. And so they always appreciate it at the end, but at the beginning or in the middle of a tour, they don't know that, it's like I know the result of hundreds of other guys, but these particular guys, they don't know that, and this is like making it a little bit more difficult. You need a little bit more to trust me, like on my experience, like what is the best way to do. And so that's why I try to keep a lot of dates at the very beginning, so you have chance to meet all the variety of ladies that are there, and then at the end you have more relaxing time to meet one lady and do a lot of activities together and get to know each other. When the guy is doing it by themselves, and I saw that when I was working for different companies, and I even see that like when the guy is contacting us and they only get our course because they're already in Ukraine, they're arranging dates somehow by themselves. Some of them got scammed, and then that's why they're getting the course. Somebody decided to get a course to not get scammed and like get to know about the restaurants, especially if the guy is going to Kiev. And so when I see how they struggle with arranging these dates, I understand that like what we created is very good and very important, because we're helping you to schedule the time, to manage the time, especially on the tour.
Well, one thing I'll say here, so like the main topic of the video is like what's realistic and what for you guys to think about before coming over here. Now, before you come over to Ukraine, before you have a go at doing this, going on 3 dates a day may seem like a lot, but some guys may think that it's not. So if you're thinking that would be easy to do, I mean, even just say 2 dates a day, which is very reasonable, lunch and an evening date, and the thought of that doesn't seem very difficult. And it's not for the first day and for the second day and then the third day, and when you get to the 4th day, you become really, really tired. I know, because I've been through it, and all of our clients know it as well. Like by sort of halfway through, they're starting to feel it, and it's not necessarily a physical. You're drained physically. It's like you're drained emotionally. And even though I say this to pretty much all of our clients when they get here, you're going to be exhausted by day 4, day 5.
They don't believe in that.
They don't believe it. When they get to it, they realize it. And I have like a mid tour meeting with them, and you see it, like they're feeling exhausted. We just encourage them and say, look, you just got to keep going through it. A lot of the guys want to stop after like day 12, something like that. We always try and push them through, and say just keep going, just meet them. Just try and push through it the best that you can, because you never know what this next date is going to bring. And we've had experiences where clients where they said, no, I want to stop here. I found my lady on date 4. It's date 8. I want to stop. And then date 9, he meets another lady and he's like, well, this one is better. The reason that you keep going like this is because you want to have something to compare the other ones to. If you just went on 2 dates, you're choosing out of 2.
And it is normal.
Yeah.
And this is normal. Sorry, but I just know that a lot of guys worry about that, and they say, oh, I shouldn't meet a lot of ladies. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that. Trust me, this is exactly how it works. And I would not sit here and doing I don't know, 15th video about that, talking that, this is important to have a choice, because when you go home, you will regret that, like what you didn't achieve in Ukraine. You will regret that you spend your time not efficiently. And if you're doing it yourself, like Striker mentioned, of course, 2 dates should be a maximum, because it's very difficult, to be honest, to finish the date, especially if there is a mutual interest. And it's very uncomfortable how to finish, how to not ruin the moment when you have it with a lady, and say, I'm sorry, I need to go. Even though the ladies understand that, you may have another date, and, the agency is working on that, saying that, sorry, but you're not the one, in a very, very mild way, but still, they need to inform them. And this built a little bit of anticipation and comparison and competition between the ladies that I think is good as well.
Yes.
And so just if you doing it yourself, don't try to plan only one date a day if it is your first date, or not come to one lady only in Ukraine, because I have thousands of examples of the guys who are coming just to meet one lady. And I even have
it's usually through letter writing.
It's usually through the letter writing. Don't lie to yourself, please. Of course, you don't want to have 2 correspondence, 2 letter writings lines, because it will be super expensive. So think about that for a moment, because I have an example now. My friend, she used to work in this industry. This is actually how I came. She is maybe 7 years older than me. So this is how I came to the dating industry. Later on, after when I starting my little agency, she introduced me to a bunch of people. So, I was knowing more of the websites and stuff. And she messaged me and she said, one of my oldest clients, from back then, he's coming to Ukraine and he wants me to go with him on this tour, something similar that you do. Can you give me some advices? And I said, okay, so what is the plan? Where he met the ladies? And she said, it's only one lady and it's a Christmas days. And I say, are you leaving your family and friends for this tour? Because there is no possible way that this lady, for correspondence will just, will meet with him. And I say, you will end up just, worry about this guy, and you just will have to entertain him,
Well, they'll try and they'll try and set up last minute dates. Always works out really, really bad. Last minute dates.
I'm very glad that actually all that happened, because when he said that he will be with my friend as an assistant, of course this lady understand that she will, the reason that she wants it to be the Christmas is because of gifts and everything. So there's a lot of red flags all around, but it's good that everything happened by a reason. That she talked to me, I told her, because she actually kind of forgot how it works, and she say, there's one lady that he's going to meet and he wants me to assist because he never been on Ukrainian trains and stuff. And I say, please don't do that. Tell him not to do it, because coming to one lady, it doesn't make sense, unfortunately. Even though in normal world of dating, it sounds horrible, and hearing it from the woman, it's kind of what is she talking about? It's not fair. So we're telling you how it is, and of course you can make any decision because you know what is best for you.
Different guys can do some. Some guys get tired after day 4. Some day 10. They're still perfectly fine. So, it's a real experience. And I guess this is not telling you exactly what you should do or exactly what you shouldn't do. It's just letting you know that you can get tired from going on these dates. I couldn't even imagine doing 3 dates a day for 10 days. That just seems totally just way too much. You'd just be far too exhausted. So you want to do fast at the start, as many as you can, 3 per day, because that's when you have the most amount of energy. And then later on, you want to slow down just a little bit, and just try and push through to get as many as you can done in the amount of time that you are here.
And also we're advising a lot for the guys, what to talk about on a date, what not to talk, how to change the topics, because even when I'm with a guy and it's 15 dates and it's 15 first date, so it's kind of it's for him, he said I can't speak the same about how I grew up and this, and I say, okay, let's change it a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about something else, not from 0 to 5, talk about 5 to 10 or etc. etc. So we try to navigate you, and even if you're doing the dates yourself, we always do the coaching calls, our strategy calls, where we advise you what to talk, what not to talk, because even we on the Zoom party, we have a guy and he said Luba, what is the agenda, what we're going going to speak, and then I tell him, I said, like, introduce yourself, and he said, okay, what should I say? Like, and then I just like three sentences, and he said, oh, it makes perfect sense, because sometimes guys a little bit overthink stuff, like what to say, what not to say, and I say, boom, 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 just say these bullet points, that's done. And that is really, really great. And that is something about dating. But of course, if you have chance, like for example our party, right, like the guys were talking to the real women, we will do another video I think about how the Zoom party actually went, because a lot of requests after the Zoom party is there, and we definitely gonna have one in February. So we will talk about this. So when you're meeting somebody like in absolutely normal circumstance, like not through like you're paying per minute or any video chats, then of course you can plan something and you can think of something, you know, coming and meeting. So don't take our words very, how to say, specific, like, oh, don't come for one lady or come to one lady. It's always very, very...
It's just, everyone's experience is always different. Every single one of our clients has such a different experience going through. You know, in general, you can say, yeah, they came to Ukraine, they did our tour, and they met late. Yeah, okay. But if you really narrow it down, like they're all so different emotions. Some of them were up, some of them were down, some of them went, you know, all over the place when all these different emotions were going. And that's what you have to expect. And it's that emotional side that can really be taxing on you. And basically what we're saying is just, you know, take it as it comes. And just be aware that, you know, you're going to be having these ups and downs and these times when it's going to be, you know, you're going to be tired, and maybe you want to give up, and maybe you think you're so tired you just want to
leave.
Leave,
stop dating.
Stop dating and choose one of these other ladies or something like that. It's all part of it, right? It's all part of it. But the more dates that you can do while you're over in Ukraine, the greater your chances are later, because you've got more options to look back on and to compare. And that's the key. The key is comparing the dates with each other, so you can choose one which is going to be the best for you. And it's not comparing them which one is the hottest at all. That's not what I'm saying. It's comparing the dates and how they would be suited for you, for your goals, your lifestyle. That's what you're looking for. So that's our thoughts anyway for today. So if you like the video, subscribe to the channel.
And we see you next time.
See you next time.